Good morning. This is the day in the life of the geocache farm. This is the morning routine where the 4 dogs go outside first. Then Owen gets let out, right? And you go and do your morning business outside. And then we get his food, right? Let's go get your food. Come on. He starts to get mad if he has to wait. All right, and so Farmanaya gets up, does the all-important task of making coffee for her mom. Yeah, I think so.
Well, you can make your...
You can do the grounds in it too. Oh, nice. So she makes coffee for me. She washes out baby bottles. She helps me feed the 4 lambs. All right, so he gets 2 scoops of pellets. All right, come on. Let's go. You ready? Do you want to go get the salad part? Let's go. You got to go to the kitchen. Come on, let's go. All right, and then I grab him some yummy green stuff. Maybe some tomatoes. He likes veggies, and it helps him get full. Otherwise, he thinks he's dying because it's the end of the world. All right, come on. Let's take your breakfast out. All right, and then I add a little bit of water so that his pellets will fluff up. Then he gets a couple capfuls of apple cider vinegar. Hot, you stay down. I know, you're hungry, huh? All right, girls, you're next. All right, Owen, bed. He has to go to his bed because the dogs will pick on him. And you can't leave dogs and pigs alone together because you've got predator and prey. So he goes in here and gets his breakfast, and then he's a happy pig. Then we start the girls. Well, the girls and the boys. We have 2 girl dogs, 2 boy dogs. They get meatloaf and water, fresh water, until the boy farmer gets up and makes them dry kibble. You ready for breakfast? Eagerly await what we call meatloaf. So they get a small little section of this to hold them over until farmer boy gets up and makes them their dry and canned food. Hazel, Maple, Emerus, Baylor. And then we keep doing this until their loaf is gone. Then we need to put all of the food away that went to the pig. And then we also have a collection of lettuces and things that go out to the chickens. So that's what this bag is.
milk.
You're warming milk? Because we have babies that want to eat. Well, maybe those ones don't. But these 2 do. Do you want to eat? Are you hungry? Huh? There was hungry babies. Were you hungry babies? Ow. Don't bite. I'm like, hey, Arfa, look at her lips. Look at her lip. And we have to do this 4 times a day with the 3 littler ones. The bigger one gets 3 times a day. Working towards only 2 because she's so much bigger. Babies. It's almost gone. It's almost gone. Come on, buddy. All right, all done. All done. Good job. Then we gotta get baby wipes. Clean your faces. All done, all done. All right, and then once a day, we got to change their water. They're not drinking it too much right now because they're still on bottles, but we always have to have it available. And then once a week, we're changing this. They're getting baths every other day because they have some issues with their knees, and we're working on releasing tendons and them just getting stronger. So they're getting baths every other day. They're a lot of work, but they're so cute. Babies had their bottles, so they're kind of calming back down. This is when I come down here and then I straighten out the blanket that holds the dog slobber when they're drinking water. I turn on lights for the seedlings that I'm growing for our greenhouses. We have lots of babies already. Come in here and get the dogs fresh water. And like I said, I'll shake this blanket outside. And I'll take care of my mama bunny, who needs to take care of her babies. Then, after animals have all had their breakfast, then I have to vacuum because I forever have birdseed, mud, and straw in the house. This is where I wake up my birds. And then I check that they have water in both of their bottles. These guys drink from bottles. And then I check their seed. And then these guys get changed fresh cups of water. They're so excited when you first wake them up. Part of our routine right now is taking this mama bunny, who is living in my bathroom, and putting her in with her babies twice a day. Because mommy rabbits only feed their babies once to maybe twice a day. Then these guys are now starting to eat hay and pellets. So we put that in. They're starting to drink from their water bottle. We keep the hay there. And then we make sure she gets lots of hay and lots of pellets because she's feeding these babies. These guys are a month old now. Then, of course, once a week, we have to clean the shavings and pellets and bunny droppings out of here. And then I put it out into my front yard to start breaking down and decomposing and creating soil for the flowers I'm going to start planting out there in the spring. So these guys make fertilizer. My little fertilizer makers. And right now, because we have these 8 and mom and dad and plus another mom with 2 babies and a foster baby plus 3 other ones out there, we are up to 16 bunnies on our farm. We're not sure if they're all staying yet. I want mostly girls, but I have to be able to tell the boys from the girls. The boys, the only reason I don't want to keep them is because they fight and they'll kill each other. And so, girls you can keep together, boys you can't, and they take up more space. Here's the babies eating with mama. She comes in here and she thumps 3 times with her back feet to call them over to eat. And mama's already done feeding the babies, so she jumped out. Are you getting back in? Are you getting back in? They're in the bathroom right now because we did not know we had a boy bunny. And she got pregnant and we weren't ready for babies. Are you getting back in there, huh? Come on, Boyd. Once it warms up, they're going to go back outside.
Yep.
Good?
I know.
You're out of water too? Okay.
Yep.
So, Farmer Boy is getting the babies. And then this is when you got to make sure that they have fresh straw of fresh hay, which they actually look pretty good on. It's just pellets they needed. Hey, everybody's at the little feeding bowl. Do you want some? Here, you want some? Come here. Are you guys gonna play? Huh? Alright, so Farmer Girl should be getting up here pretty soon. And then she's got to take care of catlings. Hi. Are you okay being filmed early in the morning? I'm trying to do a day in the life of our farm. Alright, so she gets up and she makes breakfast for her 2 kitties and the other cat that is a wild cat that we've been trying to tame down to be a mouser. So she lives in other Farmer Girl's room. So she starts doing that. I sit down and I have my coffee. And then I let the pig back out so he can come snuggle. And then we move to the outside chores. And then we come in and clean. Because you got to keep the house clean too. Farmer Boy works on food for the dogs. He checks his mama rabbit and her 2 babies, which I guess I could show you guys.
Wait, not 2.
Well, she had 2 babies of her own, and then we have a friend who had only 1 baby, and it wasn't going to survive by itself, so she asked if this mama would foster her. So she's got her 2 babies plus a foster child.
Look at all that fur in there.
Yep. So these guys are 3 days old. 2 days old. They're 2 days old.
Oh my goodness.
Pull them out so they can see the size difference. It's all right, Willow. She's very protective of her babies. But this is also her dad, so she knows her daddy won't.
Hurt them.
So these are 2-day-old baby bunnies. And look at the eyes on that one. It looks just like her mama.
No, that one looks more like Celeste.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Oh.
Yeah, that one's got Celeste's markings.
It's got the eye markings, though, like Willow.
And then this is
the foster baby, who's doing so good.
Seems like she knows what she's doing for the most part.
It's all right, Willow. Daddy's not going to hurt your babies.
All right, and then just...
Oh, yeah, that one's the one that looks more like Mama.
Yeah, that one definitely looks like her.
Yeah, he's a good mom. My young farm hands are taking lambs up to the greenhouse to play and stretch and exercise until their next feeding, while Naya goes and takes care of the chickens and ducks, and Rylan takes care of the bunnies that are outside. He's got big hooves, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, honey. Bless you. Bless you. All right, have fun, babies. All right, so Farmer Boy also checks on our turtle. This is Pudge, and she gets fresh water. And she's not eating very much right now because it's the winter time, but she did have a banana the other day, and he'll give her worms and other bugs too. She actually looks hungry. Do you want to eat? So that's what he does after he's done taking care of the dogs and doing his morning chores. Oldest Farmer Girl also has a little gecko that she takes care of in there. I'll wait until she comes back in and I'll get her out so you can see her. But she checks her water, she cleans up her poop, and feeds her bugs. also has a tarantula. This is Tara. And while this one doesn't serve a purpose on the farm, she just loves her. So she just checks her water, and then every few days or so, she gets cockroaches that we raise to eat. She keeps touching the worm and throwing her legs up like it feels absolutely disgusting. Tara, is that the first time you've had a waxworm? I honestly don't think she likes it. Oh, maybe. She's touching it. They're like French fries. You'll like it.
Soggy French fries.
And then she takes care of Cookie, who is an older bun bun. This is one of the boys. He gets stressed out being with the others. And so he gets to stay in here with her, and she lets him run around her room. And then the wild kitty cat that I was telling you guys about, she lives in here. So she checks her litter box, and actually Rylan preps the food for her because she's already doing it for the other two. But I don't know where she's hiding. She's probably under the bed. She's taming down a little bit, but she's not there yet. Alrighty, and so while the lamblings are outside stretching, this is when I put their fresh water in. And for Zoisha, the biggest one, she's starting to eat some of this, so she gets a pail of that. I fluff up their straw and hay if they need it, or add more because they get kind of stinky. So now they're outside, and this is where we start laundry, dishes, vacuuming the house. And then when that's all done, I start working on my seedlings for my greenhouses, and then the young farmers have to start school, unless they're helping me on a project for the farm. One of the hardest things we've learned about moving to this farm is giving ourselves the grace to not have it figured completely out yet. Of course, moving on to a farm means you moved, and so we're still unpacking boxes. We still can't find some things. We still have to buy some things. There's also the patience. We would love to be able to have everything working, but it's not. And so there's things we have to get fixed. There's things we need to figure out how to use. We don't have running water in these greenhouses yet, and so that's the next thing that we have to figure out. We don't know how to use the heaters in the greenhouses yet. And so there's still so much that has to be done, but we grow as we go. We're learning a little bit more every day. We're learning about our area. We're learning about ourselves and how hard it is to be your own boss. We don't have anybody telling us we have to get up and do this, that, and the other. It's just us. And so we've had to learn a resolve about staying busy and working hard to try and make this farm successful. There's a lot that goes on into a farm. There's a lot of life. There's a lot of death. But there's so much joy in it. And even though we have to work really, really hard, we're very, very blessed by the good things that this life brings for us. One of the other exciting things about being on a farm, and really if you stop to look at it, about life in general, is that nothing stays the same. And so even though this is our day in the life now, in a month, a day in the life on the geocache farm is going to be completely different, because lambs will be bigger and not needing as many bottles, and baby bunnies will be weaning and ready to move out. And so it changes. It changes from the seasons. It changes day to day. It changes with, each animal that comes on or that leaves. And so if you can stay positive about it, and if you can think about that life is change and that nothing will ever stay the same, you can go far in life. Take each day as it comes. Do the best that you can with it. Grow as you go. Be a perpetual student and learn everything that you can all through life. And more than anything, just vow to be a better person than you were today, tomorrow. that's pretty much our day. Then we have to stop again for the baby lamb's next feeding, and which is the 3 smaller ones. Zoisha doesn't get fed until after that. But then Zoisha gets fed. Then we feed the babies again, and then all of them get fed again at nighttime. So 4 feedings for lamblings, on top of doing baths and massaging their joints if they're really tight. Usually when they go outside and play, when they come back in, they hurt. And so I try and do it then for them. That's pretty much the day in the life. Our goal this first year on our farm is to get those greenhouses filled with food, growing, and flowers to cut for people. And I have 3 of those greenhouses. So it's going to be a busy year with a lot of stuff for us to learn, because this is only our first year on this farm. But we're very excited. We are very blessed, and we are very happy to try this new life that works well for our family. So thanks for joining us, guys. We hope you liked a look into the day of the life of the geocache farm. And enjoy the rest of your career week, okay? Thanks.